Saucy and delicious. So what you want to do is you want to create wells in the sauce. So this is going to serve 4, so I'm going to create 4 wells and crack 4 eggs into each one. Oh my gosh, it's a twin. Now I'm going to place a cover on this, and then you're going to cook it for just about 5 minutes. You want, of course, all the whites set, and hopefully the yolks are a little runny. Even the twins. Oh yeah, we are ready. I want plenty of sauce, and that's why you serve it with bread, because you want to just like sop it all up. Eggs, they're not just for breakfast anymore. Little parsley, little crusty bread. Let that yolk get down in the tomatoes. Those tomatoes, as they've cooked down, have gotten so sweet, so juicy, but it's still, you can definitely taste the difference of making it like this versus like a store-bought tomato sauce. I really could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in one day. A+. All right, next up, I promised no salads, but I didn't say anything about slaws. This is a tomato slaw. The actual name for this is called vinaigrette, and it is a Brazilian tomato slaw. So I start by just dicing up about 5 tomatoes. Next up, an English cucumber, about half of one. Whenever I quarter a cucumber, I like to go ahead and scrape my knife to get out those little seeds. Just kind of keeps the texture crunchy. Green onion. All right, and then I already have just some white onion, some red bell pepper ready to go, and then we're gonna add in some herbs. So basically everything just gets tossed in the bowl now. Some red bell pepper, half a cup of onion, and then some cilantro and parsley. Dressing is different than what you're used to when it comes to like our typical like Southern style tomato salads, which is usually just like an oil and vinegar situation. This is lime juice, heavy on the lime, with a little apple cider vinegar, and then olive oil. Stir it up and season it with salt and pepper. Now the recipe states to leave it and let it sit at room temperature for about 3 hours. That's gonna let all those juices kind of come out and then marry together. Y'all know I'm gonna go ahead and taste it though. Okay, I can see it. This is only gonna get better with time. That lime juice just really like brightens it up and like highlights the freshness of everything in here. I also love the crunch from the onion and the bell pepper and the cucumber. Bring this to the next cookout. We're gonna close it out with another like dinner specialty. It's a perfect side dish, Veracruz tomatoes. These are baked tomatoes that are stuffed with cheesy, bacony goodness. For this recipe, you wanna use a ripe tomato, but one that's firm so that it withstands the baking process. And you're gonna start by cutting off the tops and scooping out the seeds and most of the membrane from the inside, so that you have a place to put all that not so healthy stuff. And then you're gonna place them upside down to finish draining on a paper towel. Tomatoes are draining, and now we make the filling. So I've cooked some bacon in the skillet, and we're gonna keep the drippings in here and cook our spinach and onion. All right, once that onion has softened, then you go in with some spinach. If there are any like big stems, just pull those off, cook this down. That's good to go. To this, I'll go in with that bacon we cooked, chop it up, and add that right in. All right, now I stir in a little bit of sour cream, hot sauce, then a little salt and pepper. I'm gonna put cheese on top at the end, but I'm gonna put a little bit in the filling too. This is not in the recipe. I think it's just gonna hold everything together a little better. Now, we're gonna take our tomatoes that have been hollowed out, make sure they're really dry inside. They've been draining, so they are. And then just add like a pinch of salt to the inside, and then spoon in the filling. All right, so then get a small, like 8x8 baking dish or whatever you've got that's small. Grease it and place your tomatoes. You want them to kind of hold each other up. And like this one, I feel like it's kind of wanting to roll over, so you could like trim off just a little bit off the bottom. The perfect fit. Now these just go into the oven, 375 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna top them with cheese and go back in for another like 15 minutes. It's like a spinach bacon dip inside of a tomato. I feel like this is gonna be a lot like the tomato pie. Hot, steamy, juicy, creamy, salty, a little bit of crunch from the bacon. I already know. I kept thinking this would be like a really good side dish for dinner, but this is like a good like brunch. Tomato's still juicy. It's like perfectly sweet. You definitely need that kind of ripe, firm tomato to start with because you see how like soft it gets. So if you start with a soft one, it would just be completely flat. These still held their shape. You're definitely gonna wanna make this. As a matter of fact, if you're gonna wanna make all 5 of these, please do so this summer. And the tomatoes are as ripe, juicy, plump, and perfect as this. You can't skip out on these good recipes and ways to use it. They're good for way more than just salsa, sauce, and salad. Did I prove it? I think I did. Oh my gosh, it's a twin. Let me do that again. Well, he's distracting. Sorry, y'all will just have to skip that one. Oh my God.
What?
Maybe you won the jackpot.
They say it's a sign of good luck. I guess I'm leaving it.